hop or with rap, it seems like there's only a few things you can only talk about, you know. So when you listen to other music, it's like, oh, you can talk about that, you can talk about this. So I incorporate that into my own material. So when you listen to my music, it's not all about. I mean, it's really not about, you know, oh, I want to rob a bank, or you know, I want to kill this person, I want to rob this person's house.
So it adds a lot of depth to the music. You find out you can talk about a lot more things than just selling drugs and killing people, or you know, popping bottles in a club.
Yeah, definitely.
You can actually you know, talk about a horrible relationship you may have had or an experience with a woman and not feel ashamed.
Right, and I have no problem with that. You know, I like to be. I'm more of an open person in my music than I am in real life, honestly. So like you said, like if I just had a horrible relationship and it really messed me up emotionally, I'll put it on paper and I'll put it on wax and let everybody know. So maybe you can connect to it, maybe you can relate to it or learn something from it.
I noticed one of the reasons why I like your music a lot more than other artists in Erie was basically because it was like you weren't afraid to talk about embarrassing non-macho things, because that's usually what's popular in rap, is to be macho, not show any emotion, not be fazed by, you know, the opposite sex. And like some of your songs that I listen to, you almost talk about like pretty embarrassing moments, or and I find that genuine and it's real.
Right. I think what makes me macho is that I'm not afraid to show my vulnerability. I think showing your weakness is a strength, and it's like, you know, there's just some things in life you can't run from, you know, like we've all made mistakes, we've all been through a lot of bullshit, and with music, that's just not my way of getting it out, you know, like my regrets, my mistakes, my setbacks. It's like, why not talk about it, you know, because it really happened, it's true, and I'm pretty sure the next man went through what I went through, so yeah, I'm going to talk about it. Why not?
All right, the next thing I want to hit on is the awards coming up, the Rock Erie Awards. It seems like, to me anyways, from checking, you know, my Facebook page, that a lot of people kind of buckle down and try to get into a lane so that they can be seen on the main stage of these awards and get nominated, possibly win an award. How do you feel about that, especially with artists that don't really do anything all year, kind of become the ultimate Erie rapper, the premier Erie rapper, when they weren't doing anything for the past 6 months?
I mean, for one, it's a good thing, and it's a good opportunity for all of us, to be a part of. To win that award is huge. It just, it gives us more exposure as artists, and it looks good. You know, it's a credential that I definitely want to have. As far as like a lot of people who haven't been doing anything that wants to get into it, I mean, I don't try to hate on anybody, but I'm not too cool with that. You know, like, you can't go for Artist of the Year if you ain't did nothing until the award show. Like, that don't make, like, you ain't pick up a mic until you heard about Rock Erie. You ain't pick up a guitar or pluck a string till you heard about this event. You know, but I mean, I understand that we all want that award, whether we've been doing something or we haven't done anything at all. I mean, it's at the end of the day, you know, it's fun. You know, but for me to be a part of it, it's weird, you know, because I've never been a part of this before. You know, for the past couple years, a few people were trying to get me to do it, and honestly, I didn't feel like I was ready. Now that I got a lot of shows under my belt, and you know, I put out 2 CDs, and more people know me, I feel like now is the right time to get into it. And I just hope that whoever is running Rock Erie are looking my way so I can get nominated. But you know, it's all fun, and I'm happy and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
All right, I wanted to talk about your two mixtapes, or albums. I think you call them mixtapes, right?
Yeah.
They were mixtapes. I actually sat down and listened to one. I ripped it in a digital format, and I put it on my iPod, and I was listening to it, and I was really liking a lot of the songs. I just wanted to find out maybe how the projects came about, what made you make 2 CDs, and probably the difference between the two.
Well, the Conviction was something that I was working on probably since 2008. So when I finally completed that one, I was like, you know what? People have been waiting for a while for me to put out something. So to make up for all that time, I just did another CD. And then plus I just kept going to the studio because I love to make music, and my brain for some reason just never stopped. I'm always thinking of concepts. I have to get it down, I have to record it. So I was like, you know what, just to make up for all of that time where everybody was waiting on the Conviction, I was like, you know what, I'll drop that and I'll drop another full-length project at the same time. The Conviction is more of it's various topics, and the overall theme is pretty much talking about, you know, hey, I'm human and I make mistakes, and you know, people are going to judge me for it, and I've judged others, and that's another mistake, and that's what it's all about. You know, I mean, you have your fun songs on there, and then you have your serious moments, but the whole thing, if you listen to it, I'm basically convicting myself. Like, hey, this is what I did, and here's what I should be doing, and it's just a project for the average human. Love Tales, I decided to do that because I'm very comfortable with doing female songs. I was in a very long relationship, and so I kind of know the ups and downs of love, you know, just like anybody else who's in a long relationship, and that's what built Love Tales. And plus, I've been around people who had their heart broken, and who fell in love, and how they felt about that, and things like that. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to drop 2 CDs and they're about the same thing. So I'm going to do Love Tales. Like I said, I'm comfortable with doing girl songs, and a lot of those songs are made up. A lot of them are real. I mean, they're all real. It's just a lot of them aren't drawn from my life. You know, it's just a mixture of what I've been through, what other people have gone through, what another person may have went through or is going through. And you know, I'm happy with that CD a lot. You know, I actually like that better than the Conviction.
All right. I mean, I haven't listened to the Love Tales one yet. I plan on actually sitting down and getting them ripped and whatnot, and making sure, you know, the sound's all good. As far as getting the project, are you selling the CD? Are you giving it away, or how's that work? Okay.
I'm giving it away for free. You know, I mean, I take donations. If somebody wants to give me a couple dollars for it, sure, I'll take it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I love money, but the reason why I was giving them out for free is because I feel like, for right now, that's a quicker way to see your name spread.
Yeah.
You know, you go up to somebody with the CD and be like, hey, I got this album, $5. They're gonna be like, oh, I ain't got it. You know, they'll give you some excuse or whatever.
And it's not about the music anymore. It's about you trying to sell someone a CD.
Exactly. But if I come up to you, and then plus they'll look at me like, hey, I don't even know who you are. Why would I buy your CD? I don't know you. I never heard you before.
Yeah.
You go up to somebody and be like, hey, I got a CD. It's free. They'll take it. They'll put it in their purse or in their backpack or whatever. You know, like 9 times out of 10, somebody would take a free CD
and
as
actually
opposed
listen
to
it.
a priced project.
Yeah.
So. And I don't have no problem with it.
All right. As far as the projects being free, I was thinking about maybe just, you know, putting them up on the blog, and maybe having like a download for them, and be able to pick it up, and it'd be nice and packaged, and ready to basically just go straight to an iPod or MP3 player, because let's face it, that's what people are using today.
Right.
The CD thing is it's kind of dying, so I mean that's really the way people are going. And with that said, I wanted to kind of get into your outlet for your music and songs, and your digital presence. Do you use any kind of social media to spread the word about your projects?
I mean, I use almost everything. I use Twitter, I use DatPiff, I use Facebook, I use Reverb Nation. Even here and there, I use MySpace as a backup network. What else do I use? I mean, those are pretty. Oh, SoundCloud, I use that. I mean, that's pretty much it. I use those sites to get the word out, and you know, there's those sites you can go and preview my music and all of that.
What sites seem to work the best for you?
I have to say Reverb. Reverb is such an active site. It was active before I got onto it. It's still active now. Everybody goes there because everybody uses it. So I would say Reverb and SoundCloud are the most active networks.
Yeah, I'm noticing SoundCloud's coming up a lot just because of the HTML5 player that they have. You can kind of embed it on your web pages, your blog posts and whatnot, and I see that a lot.
Right.
As far as Reverb Nation, I'm not super familiar with it. I've been there. I've just listened to music and kind of go away, but it seems to be a social network in itself for just musicians to kind of connect with each other.
Right.
How would someone who isn't an artist be able to connect with you on Reverb Nation?
It's pretty simple. You just go to the website, reverbnation.com, go to the search bar and just type in whoever you're looking for, and it'll pretty much just pop up.
Okay.
You can become a fan of an artist and all of that. You can sign up and have your own account. You don't have to be an artist. You can just sign up like you would like on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, and basically you can just go from there.
Okay. Speaking on Twitter, what kind of a Twitter user are you? Are you just the typical annoying artist? Hey, download my music. Hey, download my music.
No. I pretty much on Twitter I do the artist thing and I do the personal thing. If I have a random thought and I think it might be funny or interesting, I'll put it on Twitter. I'm not the guy who's always like, hey, check my music out, check my music out. No, I want to show you that I'm a person too, because when you put yourself out there as the man, and people know you're an artist, they'll be more for you, because it's like, okay, we know who you are. You have a personality. You're not just somebody on there saying, check out my music.
Yeah.
You know, you want people to know who you are before they hear you.
All right. Off camera, we were talking a little bit about major rap crews, and I wanted to get your thoughts on the ASAP crew from Harlem and their movement and how they kind of came up, as far as everybody kind of sat down and said, you know what, I might not be the best rapper, this guy's a better rapper than me, but I can make beats. And then the other guy trying to come in together and going, hey, I'm a good writer, but I'm not a good performer. How about I write? How about he makes beats? And we give everything into this one guy that's better than all of us, and kind of just see what happens. And that guy being A$AP Rocky.
Right.
Who's actually running around making a lot of noise, a lot of hot songs. Like, what do you think about that situation?
I think that's a good idea. Everybody took their strong points and came together to help one out, because that one is going to help everybody out. So like they'll all benefit and they'll all eat. And people here don't really don't have that mentality. Like, hey, you make beats, you write, and you rap, well, let's all come together and do something and build something. So the whole A$AP Rocky thing, that situation is a good idea. It's very relevant, and it's something that should be going on everywhere, honestly.
All right, anybody want to send a shout out to?
Yeah, let me shout out first and foremost one of my best friends, Jay Mook. He's been by my side for years, helping me out with music. He's definitely somebody that I go to when I need help with, like, certain strategies and all of that. Shout out to him. Shout out to my man Leon Z. He just dropped his CD, The Believers. Well, his mixtape, you can download it off DatPiff. Hot Mess, The Box, 2189, Rastic, Geo, Devious, all those guys. You, Manny, for doing this interview with me. Tap House for letting this interview go down here, and just everybody that's doing their thing.
All right. Well, we'll put the projects on the actual blog, and we'll link everybody in, so you have access to all those guys. I'd like to thank you for sitting down with me, doing this interview.
No doubt.
More content for the site. We'll see you later.